Capcom was still making CPS2 games, and so one of them was the third Darkstalkers game. So here's the Japanese flyer. One of my very favorites. This. Well, actually, this is the European flyer, but it uses the Japanese art. Everyone is here. The only detail this particular version of it is missing is there's BB Hood's meant to have a shadow that shows her dark side, but that's missing there. But that's okay. But before we start the game itself, there is kind of a mystery we have to look at. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Sardus. Hello, welcome. I hope you're ready for me to talk endlessly about Vampire Savior, because that's exactly what's going to happen. And hello. Oh boy. Hello, Alvi Ao? I think. Sorry, I'm not very good at pronouncing names. Anyway, so that's the European and Japanese flyer. Okay, very good, Alvi. So it shall be. Here's the US flyer. This is deeply mysterious. So, oh no, hang on, wait. No, I need to get this right. Okay. So, they added a new subtitle, World of Darkness. Now, the game itself doesn't use this. But the reason they did that is they got White Wolf involved, the people who did Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse. And apparently the marquee has this World of Darkness, which was like the line of tabletop RPGs that White Wolf made, including like Vampire the Masquerade. So, I tried to look into this. I'm not sure what the deal is. I think... Well, I know that Capcom at one point were working on a Werewolf the Apocalypse game. For, I think, the PlayStation 1, and it got cancelled. And they'd already done a tabletop RPG with Street Fighter characters. So, they already had some kind of working relationship. And I did find this. I guess Capcom sent the staff of White Wolf a Vampire Savior cabinet at some point. That's someone who worked or works at White Wolf, World of Darkness, and they say they had a cab. So my only guess is that, of course, White Wolf had Vampire the Masquerade, and that's probably why Vampire was renamed outside of Japan to Darkstalkers, because it's kind of similar. And maybe that got White Wolf and Capcom talking, but as far as I'm aware, there's no other crossover. Although Spanish versions of Vampire Savior apparently have some kind of ticket system, but it's referred to as card system in game, and for a second I thought that it would be giving you like cards for a trading card game to do with White Wolf, but no, that's me just getting things completely wrong. So yes, it's referred to as a card dispenser in game, but apparently it just gives tickets if you get a certain win streak. That's listed somewhere on the Mizumi wiki, so that is something for you to explore. So we're gonna switch those off now. Okay, here we go. This is our cast of characters, also from the flyer. We will get to the game eventually, I promise. Ooh, no, hang on, I don't want to mess with that. Ooh. Okay, so we can zoom in on this. Yes, that is correct. There's an unused English title, Darkstalkers Jeddah's Damnation, and there's that Jeddah fellow right now. He shall be the one to unite every dispirited soul. So I want to zoom in on this because every character has a title. BB Hood is the lovely bounty hunter. QB is the ghastly insect. Lord Raptor is the evil entertainer. Rikuo is the aquatic daredevil. Hishenko is the doomed apparition. Anakaris, Pharaoh of the Crypt. Bishamon, the ancient accursed warrior. Victor von Gerdenheim, electric powerhouse. John Talbane. What the hell does that say? I can't even. Oh my god. Gotta zoom in closer. Howling Madness. That's good. That's a good name. Felicia is the fearsome feline. Sasquatch. Mountain Behemoth, there we go. Morrigan Ainsland is Mistress of the Night. Dmitry Maximoff is Prince of Darkness, and I've saved my favourite for last. Lilith is Lost Child of the Lust, and that is the name they use on Pixiv for tags of Art of Lilith, because Lilith is a fairly common, you know, it's a name that is used in other things, so to separate Lilith from other Liliths, they just use that title, which I think is really cool. Okay, so that's our introduction to the characters. That should have been Dimitri's. You are absolutely correct. They should have done that, but they didn't because they're cowards. So we have one more thing to show off. Oh, I need a link for this one. Hang on. Hold up. Around this time, Capcom were doing these giant secret files for their arcade games. It was, yes, it was used in the manual as well. That Lost Child of the Lust title. Yeah, like it's even in the UK manual for the PlayStation version. So nope, hang on. There we go. Okay, so the secret file for Darkstalkers makes it look like a VHS tape, and it uses a modified version of the unused Jeddah's Damnation title. So here's a link to that if you want to read through all of it. But what we're going to focus on is there's a bit that you can zoom in on. Hang on. Is this it? Nope. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. There we go. So it's presented as like a VHS tape, and so it lists who's in the game, and like it lists what other films they've been in, even though they're making it up. So what we have here is: warning, for private home laughter only. We will curse and torment the unauthorized reproducer or anybody makes steep money with this booklet. Okay. Lord Dmitry Maximoff, Vampire Master from Vampiric Curse. Mistress Morrigan Ainsland, Succubus from Seducer of the Night. Victor von Gerdenheim, Creature from the Pupil of Frankenstein. King Anakaris, Mummy from Pharaoh's Judgment. Gallon, Werewolf from the Doomed Fangs. Allbath, Merman from It Came from the Bottom of the Sea, and more. They are Darkstalkers, the most magnificent beings of the night. Now, who dares to challenge these famous monsters of the film land again? It's Jeddah, one of the ancient three lords of Darkrealm. So do three more death wishes: Bulletta, QB, and Lilith. Well, what kind of maniac are you? This ain't none of video cassette packages, you see, so I don't have any kind of serious introductions or notes. You should have expected this sort of bullshit. This is great. Yeah, I love the secret files. They're so good. They're really cool. Yep. So that's stuff for the arcade version. Now, I say this is my favorite Darkstalkers. It's also the first one I ever played because of not it. Nope, not that. This one, nope. Nope. No, hang on. Where did it go? I had it. There we go. This is the Darkstalkers I know, the PlayStation 1 version, which has like a couple of cute extras. But they also renamed it Darkstalkers 3, which is confusing because the order of release in the UK, if you're going by home ports, is Night Warriors on Saturn, the first Darkstalkers on PlayStation 1, developed by Psygnosis of all people, and then Darkstalkers 3. Now, hold on, I actually have Darkstalkers official complete works here with me, because they do identify where this art actually comes from. Hang on. Yes, this was originally part of All Capcom World. Card Ass Masters. Card Ass was like a I think it was a Bandai thing where you could like it was like a trading card game of some kind. There was Street Fighter ones of it, and apparently this is where this came from. And the artist is just listed as Dai-chan. 3, a new savior of vampires. Yep, Card Ass, that's real. You can look it up. I'll type it in the chat. Card Ass. So, the PS1 version is alright as far as CPS2 ports go. Obviously, there's a lot of frames of animation missing. But it did add 3 extra characters, has a bunch of extra stuff like a creator character mode, kind of, and an illustration gallery. It's got stuff from Vampire Hunter 2 and Savior 2, which we'll get to. And but yeah, that was the first Darkstalkers I ever played, and I fell in love with it, and it's one of my very favorites. So we're going to switch that off. So hopefully, when I'm showing this game off, I can show you why I love it so much. It'll also take less time than Darkstalkers and Night Warriors, because you only fight like 7 enemies. There's only 7 opponents.
Vampire Savior, the Lord of Vampire.
I think I'll just... there is flashing in the intro, so watch out, but it's a very, very good intro. I will be reverently silent. Mostly. Dirty Beret is apparently the division within Capcom that made this. That's Lilith. Now that's a fucking intro. Okay. If only they put Natalia in every arcade game, hope to no shock, alas. As is tradition with Capcom fighting games, the demo is is at normal speed. Oh, bless you if you think I'm playing this, Dimitri. Fuck that. Nope, we go in. Just immediate. We know exactly what we're doing here. So, a lot has changed. The first is, this does not have rounds. Instead, each character has a certain number of life bats, and when their life bats are depleted, you immediately get a new health meter, and you just keep going. It's a bit like Killer Instinct or Fatal Fury, I guess. See, immediate. There's no faffing about. This game is fast. You'll also notice there's like a yellow, no, a white bit of health. If you're not attacked, that slowly recovers. So the aim of the game is just rush in, just do as much damage as possible. You don't wanna mess around. Oh fuck, you got me. Okay. Ooh. Let me hit this super on you, Anacaris, I beg you. Other changes are that you can build up a shit ton of meter. There's nothing like the original Darkstalkers this time. Okay, you know what? He got me. He got me. I can't argue with that. He's dead now. Yes, very much like Killer Instinct's health system. Now, you may have noticed that 3 characters are missing. Donovan, Huitzil, and Pyron are nowhere to be found. The reason for that is, as I said, this was on CPS2 in 1997, and Capcom were running out of space. The characters in this game have so many frames of animation that they were struggling to actually fit them onto the ROM boards for the CPS2. So they had to cut corners and they had to cut characters. This will become important later. Got it. Okay. So that was Gloomy Puppet Show, which is Lilith's level 2 super, and she gets to you play a tiny mini game that's just a rhythm game. It's hot and sticky, so this is blood. Nice. Yeah, I imagine that may also be playing into it. I'm not very good at the sort of technical aspect, but the storage space being an issue has been confirmed in like multiple interviews, so it was definitely a big problem. That's also why there's less backgrounds. There's less. Most characters share backgrounds now, and there's no destructible stuff like on John Talbane's stage in the other 2 Darkstalkers and Felicia's stage. It's unfortunate, but it's sort of a compromise that they had to make, otherwise they'd have to cut even more. You can also see this in the Marvel vs. games on the hardware. Like, most of the secret characters in those games are not... they're usually like palette swaps, like US Agent and Armored Spider-Man, and the reason is they were just running out of space. You may be thinking that the alpha games have a lot more characters, but they also have way less animation. You know, you got me. They've also got way less frames of animation, and there's also things like there's more Shoto characters that reuse sprites. Like, you might think Lilith is just a head swap, but she's not. She's got completely different body animations, so she doesn't save that much space. Anyway, so I love this game a lot for a lot of reasons. We'll get into the character stuff later when we're looking at the gallery, but I just love how fast it is. There's no breaks between rounds. You just go in, and there's a lot of different movement options. Yeah, there's like Ryu, Ken, Akuma, Dan. They do have slight differences, some of them, but they do reuse a lot, which, you know, fair. Dimitri is trying to be the main character again. We're not going to let him. The best throw. Of course, being close to Morrigan, she still has that move, but she's also got plenty of her own. This also adds Dark Force. Hold on, if I can do it. So Lilith here gets a mimic doll behind her. This costs a bar of meter to use, but she gets a clone that, if you're better at the game, would repeat your actions and add more moves onto combos. Every character has something like that. Like Hishenko gets super armor. BB Hood can launch rockets out of her by just pressing buttons rather than having to charge. And it makes each character feel more unique, and you know, it gives them an edge that the other characters don't have. And it's just a really nice way of differentiating the characters even more so. He might have me. Anyway, this also refines the magic system to the chain combo system to be as good as it can be. And there's a lot of more advanced stuff that I'm not necessarily very good at, but I hope that this gets across the point that, you know, this is the ultimate version of Darkstalkers. This is the best that they could put together. I went for the super. I should not have done. Yes, I'm playing this the same character. Why would I ever change? Since this is so short, we'll be doing a BB Hood run as well, because she's part of the reason I was interested in Darkstalkers in the first place. My introduction to the series was SNK versus, well, no, it was Puzzle Fighter, but the first fighting game I played with them was SNK versus Capcom Match of the Millennium on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. That game has Morrigan, Felicia, and BB Hood as a secret character who I'd never seen before, and I was like, she's cool, who is this? And eventually I found a copy of this, of the PlayStation 1 version for like £10, and I will play Vampire Savior with anyone. I love it a lot. It's extremely good. Lilith and BB Hood being in the game are only part of the reason. You may be shocked to hear. It is a legit ass video game. Got him. Nice. You're not gatekeeping again, Dimitri. You did that last stream. We're not letting you get away with it this time. The recovering life bars are nice as well, because it gives you an incentive to be as aggressive as possible. You never want to stop. Oh, we got it! You know what? I'll take that loss. This game is the first appearance of Dimitri's Midnight Bliss. Fight to live, it's my only amusement. Yes, Midnight Bliss is a famous move where Dimitri turns his opponent into a form he finds more appealing and then drains their power. For male characters, he turns them into a girl. And Notably, this reappears in SVC Chaos and Capcom Fighting Jam. And for the lady characters, he dresses them up. Lilith gets her pajamas on. Getting greedy. Oh, he's got so much meter though. The meter can technically go up to 99, but obviously it will you'll never get it that high. Sadly, I've never seen Vampire Savior in a British arcade. Or any of the others, really. Nice, okay. Okay, we're in better shape this time. The other thing I forgot to say about Darkstalkers 3 is that, for some reason, the Darkstalkers Resurrection port on PS3 and Xbox 360, they insisted on calling Vampire Savior Darkstalkers 3, despite the fact that there's no arcade release with that name. So they have like the intro as an unlockable bonus, but it very awkwardly like cuts before it shows the title screen. It's like, no, we can't call it Vampire Savior, no. It's always been known as Darkstalkers 3. What you talking about? Yes. Needless to say, Gloomy Puppet Show is like one of my favourite supers in any video game. It's so good. Come on. Lilith actually has two of these dark forces. One of them has a clone appear behind her, and the other just kind of mirrors her actions. And of course you got guard cancels. It feels like every fighting game in the 90s had guard cancels. There we go. You are not the main character, Dimitri. Get the hell out. I'm not reading that out, Lilith. I'm sorry. No. Okay, yeah, the way Gloomy Puppet Show works is it has like a little chart showing what button you have to press, and you just press it in time with the music and the beeps. The timing is really weird though, so I can't use my training in Project Diva to get the timing right. See if you... $78 points, not bad. It is possible to get 100, but it's really difficult because the timing is so strange. But no, it all goes by so fast, so it's easy to miss, but the buttons you're pressing appear above Lilith's head. Come on. Oh, don't tell me we're going to be stuck on Rikuo. Oh, that would be embarrassing. Yeah, we nearly got him. Oh shit! Oh damn it! We got hit out of it. That's fine. Oh man! Don't tell me this is gonna go to time over. Oh, it might do. Duh. Okay, I can time a scam. Watch me. We take those. Iron Horse, Iron Terror. Great background, and one of my favourite songs. This was playing during the pre-stream. This stage is actually slightly wider than other stages, and the same goes for the Jedda's stage as well. So I'm not sure how they're handled in sort of competitive play. I think they're banned, but you can't really select stages anyway. So at least not in the arcade version. Anyway, Talbane is pretty cool. I like him. He actually gets... There is a secret version of Talbane in this, Dark Talbane, who serves as his boss. He just has a different palette and a different super animation. Again, they had to kind of be desperate with secret characters in this. Lilith just wants to give you a hug, Talbane. Just come on, be nice. I'm nearly there. I can do it. I can win. Got him. Ah, got me with the beast cannon. That's fine. There's no past or future. I only live for the fight. Good words. I will have more to say about the home ports once we get to the other two versions of Vampire Savior, because they did add a lot as a result of, you know, them having to cut through characters from the arcade game. And I do want to visit the gallery to show off some cool stuff, and because I have notes from complete works on at least one character. Okay, we've got him this time. There's no way. You can't bring this back. As you can see, the amount of white health you get isn't insignificant. It can really like bring the game back if you manage to play keep away for long enough. Oh, sorry. No, I got mixed up. Yeah, it's Fetus of God. That's the longer one. Please give me some new information. Mysterious. So, some characters don't have Jeddah as the final boss. Lilith, of course, gets Morrigan. So Lilith's whole deal is that when Morrigan was born, a part of her soul was soul and her power was sort of put to one side, and after Jeddah comes back, it gains a body of its own, and that body is Lilith. That means that Lilith's name is not Lilith Ainsland. She doesn't have Morrigan's family name. That's probably why the Pixiv tag uses the character title instead. So if you see someone list her name as Lilith Ainsland, it's actually wrong. I don't know much Darkstalkers lore, but that much I do know. So I think Big Sister might have the advantage here. Yeah, technically they're not sisters. So, make of that what you will. We have plenty more notes on Lilith later. The doors are locked, you can't escape. I'm going to be talking about it for hours. I don't think I'm going to make a comeback here. Nope. That's fine. That was expected. Also, thanks for grabbing notes from Mizumi, Hocked No Shock. If you want to learn about the game, Mizumi Wiki is absolutely the place to go. And it's worth doing because Vampire Savior is really good. Come on. Yep, there we go. There's Mizumi Wiki. If you want to learn about games like Street Fighter the movie and Vampire Savior, that's the place to go. Oh dear, this isn't going well. Nope. I'll be able to bring this back. No, nope. I spoke too soon. Also, unlike the earlier games, they actually have more than one win quote. They kind of remembered to translate more of them. Although some of them are translated a bit weird. I get the feeling the English localization may have been a tiny bit rushed. There's the good throw. Morrigan here is establishing that she's the main character. She's decided to gatekeep this time. I can't even remember if she showed up as an opponent in the last stream. There's the classic casual costume. There, I've skipped it, but the use of the word acme there is very... That's not a word used like that in English too often. This time we've got her. Close enough. Ah. Oh, let me win. Don't bully Lilith, Morrigan. It's not very nice. Ooh. Maybe we can make a comeback from this. Immediately hit. Yeah, no, that's fine. I refuse to turn the difficulty down. I jumped right into it. I'm very good. Ah, no, come on. Lilith's fireball doesn't seem that great, but it does have, it will sort of block other projectiles, and you can sort of lay it as a trap of sorts, if you want. Especially the light version, which just stays on the screen for a lot longer than you'd expect. Sometimes they walk into it. Nope. Okay, we are in slightly better shape than we have been. I think we got this. There we go. No, come on. Be nice. Okay, we're gonna gamble it all. Sometimes if the beat is too weird, you just go on a kind of mash and just kind of hope for the best. We have a chance here. We have a chance. Ah, okay. No, we don't. Ah, excellent. Very good. Does that one list the weird QB quote where she says she won't suck but she promises to swallow? I never had that one appear in the arcade version, but it did appear in, I had it show up in Resurrection, and I was like, what the fuck? Did they leave that in? It was very good. The joke is that QB eats people, or at least their souls, so, you know, it's not what you think it is. Yes, okay. We absolutely have her this time. How dare... No! Don't taunt! That's... No! You can't taunt! I can't believe... Oh, the disrespect. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's not nice, is it? That was a brief appearance of Lilith's taunt. We'll see it again later, probably. Got her! Okay, sick. And then we flop over. So Lilith's entire deal is that she's trying to get her body back. And so Lilith lives on in Morrigan. Isn't that nice? And that's why in her Marvel vs. Capcom appearances, she fuses with Lilith at the start of matches. Not in the not in the 3D Marvel vs. Capcom, sadly. They should have done, but they didn't. Very good, some great pseudonyms in the credits here. Mixed in with real names. Ball Boy. Oh shit, Q from Third Strike, he worked on this game. Nice, nice. And thanks. Not a one credit clear. That wasn't gonna happen, but we are gonna have another. We are gonna play again. I'll quietly lower the difficulty. Hyper Shin-chan also worked on this. Good for them. Ball Boy's been around then. Good. Oh, and there's Neo G. I think he works at SNK now, or did. Yayoi Jinguji is the voice of Morrigan. That much I know. Yeah, not that Pocket Monsters thing. Don't pay attention to that. Capcom all staff. Thanks. And this is cute. It has a master of each character, the highest score with each individual character. Which is a nice little touch. No, and you, sadly. Did Yayoi Jinguji pass away? Oh dear. I did not know that. Okay, so we're gonna go. We're now gonna play as my other favorite character. Yes, okay, we got. No, we got the wrong palette. We have to restart. Let me have this one. just quietly lower it, so nobody notices. There we go. That's the correct one. So BB Hood is a bounty hunter who looks like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth, but she is also a cold-hearted killer. Many of her light attacks just look like she's doing something by accident, like she's sneezing, or she sees a little mole in the ground, so she jumps out the way. But then there's moves that show her true intentions. She's got missiles inside her little bag. She's just yawning to hit someone in the head. She also has a double jump, which not many characters have. And a command grab. She's got some hunter buddies. And what's the... no, we didn't quite manage it. She has some of my favourite animations in any fighting game. Missed. She is very Gremlin core, and thus a favourite of mine. Ooh. Victor's not behaving. Oh yes, her Japanese name is Buletta. We'll see that on the character select screen of our next game. Bonnie Buletta Hood. There we go. Okay. Part of the reason I'm doing this run is because you need to see her ending. I hate poverty. That's why I have to do this. I'm not bad. See? She's alright, she is. Maybe. BB Hood is apparently one of the harder characters to get good as in the game, and I believe it. Just look at that. She she drops a landmine out of her skirt. That's so good. As well as Match of the Millennium, BB Hood is in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I don't think she's massively high on the tier list, but, you know. Tiers in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 are very, there's God tier and then there's everyone else. And Roll tier, let's not forget Roll tier, the best tier. Yeah, in particular, she's got, like, she can cancel... I think she can cancel jabs into dash. It's very, very specific. The Resurrection has a bunch of tutorials that does teach you how to do stuff like that, which is very helpful. And no, it does not stand for Bowling Ball Hood. I've lost my way, seriously. Oh, we can forgive her. So, not Morrigan again. I was saying something and I completely lost my track. Yes, I kind of wish that this had more things to teach you how to play the games, because there's kind of nothing. You have to do it, you know. It gives you the basic operations and mechanics of each thing, but nothing beyond that, which is a shame because some of these games could really do with it. Like Cyberbots in particular. I played that with a friend last week. We kind of got into it because it's there's a lot going on, but this collection does not explain any of it, so it's unfortunate. I'd like to. I'm always for more instruction and you know, tutorials in old video game collections, just because, you know, sometimes these games aren't clear and it's nice to know how to play them. Keep messing with it. Come on. I'm too eager, that's the problem. Come on. At least it's easy to build Nita up again. We're never going to call in Grandma at this rate. Never mind. Okay, we'll take that. That's fine. Yeah, it's nice that... Mess with me again and I'll riddle you with bullets. It's nice that people have sort of gathered the information on these old fighters. Kind of give them a second lease on life. The most startling example in recent memory is, of course, Street Fighter the movie, the arcade version. That game has so much stuff in it that people just didn't know about. It's fascinating. They really tried to make the ultimate Street Fighter game, just by having as much stuff in it as possible. I can't believe the game's making me fight Lilith. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm getting a refund. Anyway, here's BB Hood's Dark Force. You just get single button projectiles, which is very handy. Otherwise, she has to charge them. And in a fast-paced game like this, charging, that's for punks. You don't want to do that. Whoop. Okay, you got me. Nope. Ah, she jumped. There we go. She drowns you in a pool of her own tears. Her own crocodile tears. That's great. Like those. Someone has done a very in-depth video about Toy Fighter. The like arcade-only toy-based fighting game that plays like Fighter's Destiny. Just amazing that, and it's appreciated because, you know, it gives games, weirdo fighting games, a new audience. Sometimes a game just needs a proper audience to figure out what's going on with it. And it makes me kind of dubious about like worst fighting game lists. When they put stuff like Street Fighter the movie on there, you know they haven't probably played them, right? Maybe every fighting game can be enjoyed. Maybe they are all good. Except Martial Champion. Martial Champion is bad. That's the only exception. I'm just gonna throw EX fireballs at you. Oh, he nearly got me with the Midnight Bliss. You were close, but not close enough. I'm gonna whack him with the picnic basket. Now that's a humiliating way to go. I like that she's got a little cigar while she's counting her money. Dragoon Might is one I really want to play at some point, but I've never been. I don't think it's in Fightcade yet, so you know, give it time. And that sounds like it was probably Gasp's problem. I've heard the Fighter's Destiny games are very interesting. They certainly have a unique kind of way of doing things. Now, this is our buddy Jeddah. You'll notice in the next game that all of his blood effects are sort of purple in this version. That is the one bit of toning things down that they did. They made his effects more purple rather than red. In the Japanese version, it is all supposed to be blood. And this kind of purple version is what they used for his appearance in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, everyone's favourite game. Sometimes I forget that they put Jeddah in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Sometimes I forget Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite exists. I think we all do. But that's fine. Anyway, this is the infamous stage known as Fetus of God. Renamed in the Resurrection version to Creator's Fetus, but they kept the they kept the original name in this one. Okay, we'll take that. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to deal with Jeddah for much longer. I'll feel great after I kill everything in this world. Yep, no one is safe. Now, but we just fought Jeddah. Who's the actual final boss? I'm Lord Raptor, the King of Hell. The savior of the demon world seems to have died. That means I'm the strongest around now. Congratulate me and give me your dark soul. This is the Dark Souls of fighting games. For some reason, Bulletta fights our zombie buddy here, Lord Raptor. I think you can get Talbane as a rival fight for obvious reasons. No, get off me. Famously, Lord Raptor is one of several characters who was renamed for outside of Japan. Apparently, the English names came first, so he's known as Zabelzarok in Japan. Just Lord Raptor over here. It's not as bad as Muscle Bomber, where almost every single character has a different name in Japan and outside. Like, that gets confusing. He wasn't going to fall for that. Please let me fire. Thank you. I'm just building meter over here. Just don't mind me. Oh, he nearly got me with the Hell Dunk. Woof. There's maybe a time over, actually. Oh, no. Oh, no. God damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, put me back in. That is true. It is Bleach Dark Souls on the DS. I don't have any Bleach jokes, I'm sorry. I don't. I think I've got him this time. I have him. I have him trapped. Ah, damn it. You see, if you get close enough, it hits them into the rockets. Stop trying to hell dunk me, you're not going to do it. My accuracy isn't very good. If this was Lethal Enforcers, I'd have to restart the stage. He has decided he does not want to lose. He sees the life bar difference and he's having none of it. Oh no. No, don't make it come. Yes, okay, we'll take that. That's fine. We have a nice post-match cigar. On a quiet night in a small house deep in the woods. Next up, another story on that horrible serial killer from Vampire News. I'm switching over to Our Lady on the Field showed you. Ready? Hello and welcome as the inspection goes on. The witnesses say a villain was a child with a red hood. Police are saying that this was a ruthless massacre. Oh, Mummy, I'm so scared. Humans are so dangerous, what can we do? Don't worry, sweetie, we're okay. Dad is always with you. Oh no. Oh no! She is an Uzi lover, very good. Yeah, we had to see that ending. And, it wouldn't be right if we didn't. Yeah, the tree is smoking as well, that's a nice touch. So... we're gonna quit, and we're just gonna go into the gallery for a moment. Hide the UI. Okay, so this is the art that was on the flyer. It was also used for the Saturn home version, and as you can see, BB Hood's shadow is revealing a little something there. BB Hood is number one. Yeah, that's such a good ending. I really like it. So, okay, I'm gonna have to move things around here. I have the Darkstalkers complete works with me, and Bengus, the artist of these bits of Darkstalkers art, has like a couple comments. I will be reading from them. So for Dimitri, he says, I imagine he's saying something like, haughty laugh, and how have you been lately? I won't comment on all of these, but I'll comment on a few. Bengus says, it looks like he's rolling a booger between his fingers. Very good. For Anna Karis, he says, his face is so tiny. Back when I drew this, Anna Karis was my favourite character to play as. Let's skip through a couple of these. This is, he says, this is Sasquatch saying, what's up? It's me. This is good. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Of all the poses I've drawn Hishenko in, I think that this is my favourite, says Bengus. That's a good one. I like that. There's BB Hood herself. Benga said that BB Hood is such a great character. I always like drawing her. Unlike BB Hood, I find QB rather difficult to draw. So, yeah, I can see that. QB kind of, there's kind of a lot going on with her. Although the eyes on her face are fake. It's the eyes in her head that are in her hair that are actually the real ones. So, there's Jeddah. I think this was, this is like the Japanese flyer. So this is the 22nd game on CPS2. Ah, fuck. Oh no. Okay, hang on. Gotta go all the way back. So we got control panels here. Special energy gauge. And this is the real cool stuff. Okay. This is the kind of the storyboards for the intro. They're trying to fucking hell. Sorry. I'm not looking up the buttons that I'm pressing. Okay, there we go. So like, yeah, that's the intro with Jeddah being formed up, and you got the bit with Dimitri. I'm glad that they preserved this sort of stuff, because you can also see like they have to. It's not only how it looks, but how it's actually how they have to put it together, and they also do that. Yeah, here's more. Those are great faces. Those are great. Yeah, again, they're sort of showing how they put them together. That's when all of them are on screen. Again, just sort of how it's put together. I'm really glad that they kept this sort of thing in. Wait, what's that? Oh, that's when BB Hood jumps in. An excellent face. But here's one of my favorite bits that they've preserved here. Stuff like the versus screen. How are they gonna make the versus screen show up? And an early look at the character select screen. BB Hood was present at the Tea House shootout. That is correct. I don't know. I think it may still have the broken background layers. There's old versions of MAME that have it right, but I'm sure they have other problems. So here's sort of an early look at how the character select screen would have looked. And again, the different scroll and object layers, that's how it's put together. Oh yeah, fucking course Dimitri's here. And this looks like an early results screen that they didn't use. And from here out, it's just sort of background art. There's plenty of notes on the torture scene. Oh, they've got art of the conductor. That's cool. We'll skip over that one. Early art. I think this is like the first, or like very, very early BB Hood art. I think there's notes on this one actually. Hang on. Have to consult the tome. Hold on. Can you hear me frantically turning the pages? it's not in here. Never mind. Unless it's somewhere near the front. Nope. Okay, that's fine. There's early QB art. Oh! Sakura has decided to show up. Good for her. These are moves that I don't think were used in the final game. Some of these were. There is an unused Lilith move here somewhere. Mostly for QB though. There's Jet. Oh, whoops. Just sort of planning out how these moves work. And this is his famous sign the contract super. Look at that. That's cool. He's like, August 96. Wow. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so he grabs you and he splats you into a contract. And that's the one where he drags you under. Okay, so here's stuff that can't... I think that's the uppercut super, but it looks a bit different. And then there's this, which doesn't seem to be used. Oh, there's a little love heart coming out. That's cute. And these are key bits from the endings. That was the one we saw with the ending with Lilith. There's Felicia doing her best. Sasquatch's ending is that his tribe has been bribed by Jeddah with bananas. There's the Rikuo family and there's Huitzil. Okay, so that's the gallery. But let's move on to Lilith. Where is she? There she is. Because I got some notes on Lilith. I got them here somewhere. Hang on. So this is from Bengus. With regards to design, Lilith is basically Morrigan. So her concept started off with figuring out why Morrigan would base or have a clone or another half. Lilith was a boyish girl archetype, which was ahead of her time. That's from Haruo Murata, and Bengus says, "I like how the collapsed Morrigan turned out." That is one way to phrase it, I suppose. Oh yes, that is right. Huitzil did get cut, but he did get an ending. We'll see seeing that in a minute. And hold on, there's an interview with Haruo Murata that explains that some of the concept art of Lilith shows her as kind of boyish, and they were exploring that concept of a boyish girl. So something like Bridget or Astolfo from Fate. So I guess you could say we were ahead of the times. In the end, we took a somewhat vague approach where Lilith is physically female because she's a copy of Morrigan, but her general appearance does not emphasize one gender over the other. What I'm saying is Lilith is a non-binary icon. I will be taking no further questions. Thank you. And that's why Lilith is the best. She's like one of my favorite Capcom designs, and she's cool. But I always found that interview tidbit very interesting, and that's why I've dedicated part of my stream to talking about it. Hell yeah, she is. Hell yeah. Okay, so now as eagle-eyed people in the chat noticed, Huitzil was not in Vampire Savior. but he did have ending art made. That's because about 4 months later, give or take, 2 alternate versions of Vampire Savior were made. Vampire Hunter 2 and Vampire Savior 2, which, among many other things, rearranged the cast to put in Donovan, Huitzel, and Pyron. So, Vampire Hunter completely removes the 4 new characters from Savior, and Savior 2 removes, I think it's John Talbane, Rikuo, and Sasquatch to cram them in. They add a couple of other things as well. Hold on, wait. Okay, there we go. So, some places say that, in fact, one of the big outlet reviews I saw for this collection complained that there was too much Darkstalkers and that Vampire Hunter and Savior 2 have no real differences beyond reshuffling the cast. That is completely incorrect. That's just wrong. Lilith is good. I'm glad that we all agree on this. Yeah, no, that's complete horseshit. There's a lot of changes under the hood, and generally these are seen as inferior versions because you can do throw loops in this. They've removed links from dashes. There's a lot of changes that aren't necessarily for the better. So I've pasted that into chat. That's the Mizumi wiki explaining exactly what they changed. So that is the thing, because what would they replace it with? Well, it's not like these games are taking up space that could be taken up by something else. The only other fighting games they've got left are all tied down to licenses, except the 3D ones, and they're not going to put those in because, the emulation probably really isn't there yet. It's, why would you not want all the Darkstalkers all the time? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's this kind of collection is always going to have this problem. I do wish Capcom had included the changes that are present in these versions. That would help clear things up a bit. But in any case, so 4 months later they released these versions, but they did not release them outside Japan. Instead, these were integrated into the home ports of Vampire Savior. So they start with they have the complete roster, and you can pick which version of the game you want to play, which version of the mechanics you want. But there's other changes as well. So we'll start with Vampire Savior 2. First, I'm going to decrease the difficulty because I'm a baby.
Vampire Savior 2, the Lord of Vampire.
the classic Neo Geo review, yes. This has a different intro. It's a very cool intro. Dirty Beret X Turbo Champion Edition. By the way, I completely forgot to ask, the game volume's alright, yeah? Okay, good. I hope so. So, because this is the Savior version, it's got the Savior characters in it. You're not the main character, Dimitri. Go away. And I believe what it's flashing up there is Bengus concept art. I love how it just slaps the 2 there like it's a bootleg NES game. Okay, that's great. I need to remember to check more often. There he is. There's Huitzel. His story is that he was found by this kid. So, that's why he's here. In classic Champion Edition tradition, they changed the colours of all the backgrounds and they added one new one. Ignore those high scores. So, yep, Rikuo, Sasquatch, and what's his face? Who? John Talbane are all gone. These are the only characters that remain. So this one has the same music as the original version. We're gonna play as QB. QB's cool. Capcom Mission Pack sequel. I mean, basically, yeah. I completely understand why they left these in Japan. They're certainly interesting variants. The other thing is you don't get Dark Force anymore. Well, it is in the game, but it uses a different input. Instead, you get this, which is like a temporary buff. The other Dark Forces don't have a timer on screen anymore, so it's hard to tell when you're running out. Gross. But yeah, this just kind of signals how close to the edge they were in terms of storage space. They had to get rid of 3 characters to fit the others in. But we get to play as Phobos again if you want. And one new background does get added for Donovan. I think it's just a recolor of his one from Night Warriors, so it's not super exciting. But I am glad that they included these versions for completeness, because, you know, when else are they going to get the opportunity to re-release these games? Outside of the home ports, including elements of them, the last time you could play these was Vampire Darkstalkers Chronicle on PS2, which was just the arcade versions of the games ported to the PlayStation 2 with a bunch of new features. Yes, I think the original Huitzil was destroyed, and I'm pretty sure Pyron is meant to be dead in Vampire Savior. No, they didn't. They didn't get rid of a background to fit Donovan's in, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure all the backgrounds are in. But they do have funky new colours. The funny thing is, the CPS3 had a similar problem, at least it seems it did. Third Strike removed all of the unique victory screen art from New Generation and Second Impact. I'm not sure whether that may have been a storage thing, because you know the characters have way more animation in that, but it's kind of funny that they had a similar problem, and they also had to reuse backgrounds for characters. Can't believe Ken has to share his background with Alex. That's rough. Poor guy. Oh, the big ball. Let me win. Come on, Morrigan. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Ah. Yes, that's right. They got rid of the That's right. They got rid of the stage transitions as well. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they were reaching the edge of what they could do on that kind of hardware, and you can kind of see that with like Marvel vs. Capcom, like the first game versus the second one. I think I've got her in a loop here. Get out of this one, Morrigan. You can't do shit. I can do this all day. This shouldn't work. This absolutely should not work. Ah, good, I fucked it up. That's fine. Hold on, I gotta check. What is? Okay, that's what I thought. Because QB can summon bees. That's not the one that I wanted. Oh, it's this one. And I missed. Great. I'm extremely good at this video game. Yeah, 100 next times. I remember that quote. Ooh, we haven't seen this background yet. This is the Tower of Arrogance. Yeah, we'll only be doing the one run of Savior and Hunter because there's not too much to show off here. But again, this is kind of important because of what it meant for the home versions, because they could add the stuff from here into those versions, and also the later Dreamcast kind of the rough equivalent of Hyper Street Fighter for the Vampire series. Although it's not quite the same thing. That was called Vampire Chronicle for matching service, and it used Vampire Savior as a base and added like Hunter and Original Vampire and Hunter 2 Savior 2 versions of everyone. But it's kind of inconsistent. And oh, thanks for the link. Great. That's a good interview. Go read that. And the Dreamcast version was used as the basis for the PSP Darkstalkers game. So if you've ever wondered why that version kind of feels a bit weird, that's why. It's essentially a compilation. Main character, huh? Protagonist of the series, are you? Go back to SVC Chaos, coward. That's a good face. Also in Champion Edition tradition, they have like different palettes for the computer characters, except the bosses, I think. Oh, don't Izumi drop me, that's not fair. Don't you dare make a comeback. You're not allowed. I'll take that. That's good. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's just all put together. Okay, here's Pyron. Blue Ice Cream Pyron returns from Night Warriors. Fortunately, he's not as bullshit as he was in the original Darkstalkers. He is a touch more civilized here, because you know he's a playable character and all that. slam. You'll love to see it. I'm pretty sure you always find Pyron at this point in arcade mode. He's kind of a sub-boss. He's been demoted. Almost. Ah, there we go. Okay, now here's the final boss. It's just Jeddah. Unlike Vampire Savior, the final boss is always Jeddah here. There's no different bosses. This background is so gross. Oh yeah, that skeleton conductor is having a whale of a time, bless him. He's just having a blast. The thing is, I couldn't find any. Oh, he got me. Okay, I couldn't find any flyers for these versions. Just like control panels and stuff. I'm curious as to how they marketed them. I wonder if it was just like kind of a limited kind of thing, just for like arcade operators who wanted something slightly different. But I'm pretty certain that Vampire Savior remains the tournament standard, specifically the arcade version, because the home versions with the extra characters kind of mess the balance up, and you know they have slight changes of their own apparently. The Saturn version is very good. Like I said, that includes Donovan, Pyron, and Huitzil as standard. It doesn't have the weird character raising mode from the PlayStation version, but it does a very good job, and it uses the 4 megabit cartridge, so as many frames as possible are retained. So they also got rid of character specific endings, so you just get a generic one that has a cool piece of art coming up. Yeah, I imagine like you could easily swap out, you know, Savior for Savior 2 if you really wanted. Career mode. Yeah, you get to make like your own character name, character palette, and then you can like raise their stats, I guess. It's strange. Tour mode, yeah. This ending has an alternate image of Morrigan and Lilith that is borderline not safe for stream. I haven't had that shown up in this version yet. I'm sure that it will, just to spite me. She does know karate. The Vampire Savior's 2 staff. We can pass this. Master of QB. So yeah, if you're a big John Talbane fan, this version isn't for you, because he is not here. He is gone. Yeah, I was thinking that. There is like a bug fix that mentions something like, what is it? It says like every character has the same ending now, so there is the possibility that they got rid of it, because they are completely nude in it. You don't see anything, but they are, you know. Anyway, so that's Vampire Savior 2, which is the closest to the original Savior. This one, though, this presents itself as a sequel to Vampire Hunter, which we played last time as Night Warriors. similar intro, but they tag out Morrigan and Lilith. Morrigan with... Let me try that again. They tag out BB Hood and Lilith with Donovan and Morrigan. I suppose really I've got to play as Donovan, but I don't want to. I'm no good as Donovan. But here's what they do. They actually replace all of the music. So it uses the Vampire Hunter soundtrack instead of the Vampire Savior one. Okay. So yeah, this just has like character themes instead of stage specific themes. So it's you get to hear the characters' themes from Night Warriors, which is a nice touch. I think it's the PSP version, actually goes even further. If you select Hunter 2 mode, it changes things back to best 2 out of 3 rounds. So, you know, gets rid of the life bat system. Anyway, Donovan is here with Marvel Superhero Superstar Anita. that could be it. I know that Donovan can plant his sword, but I can't remember what you do with it. Again, I don't play as this guy often. I never played as him in Puzzle Fighter either. Anyway, now that we're playing Hunter 2, I can talk about the extra version of... So, the PS2 collection, Vampire Darkstalkers collection, only released in Japan, sadly. It's very similar to the Alpha Anthology that they did for Street Fighter, that did get released over here. And so it has the arcade versions of all 5 games. But it has arrange modes of Vampire Savior, Hunter 2 and Savior 2 that add the missing characters in. So Hunter 2 has got the Vampire Savior characters, Savior 2 has got John Talbane, Sasquatch and Rikuo back. But it also adds an extra character. So Donovan was cut from Savior, but the intention was to... there was a proposal to put him in as like a... Because in his Night Warriors ending, he succumbs to his vampiric side and becomes a monster. And they wanted to include the full vampire version of him under the name D. That was scrapped, but they re-implemented it in these arranged versions, and he's just a Dimitri head swap, which is a little disappointing. But it's probably like he's got some of Donovan's normals, but he's got Dimitri's special moves. It's kind of all over the place. It's cute that they added it in at all. And his ending has a very brief appearance from a grown-up Anita who is out to hunt him. I would have preferred playable Anita, who was also planned for Vampire Savior. There's a lot of concept art of her in Complete Works. I have absolutely no idea how I'm holding my own right now. I am like 1000% certain it was meant to be a Vampire Hunter D reference. Like there's no way they didn't. Oh, don't. Oh no! Don't let Rikuo win. Oh my god, how embarrassing. Capcom has never been afraid of legal challenges. They ripped off an entire manga panel for Bison's portrait in the original Street Fighter. They fear no one. Okay, this feels good. This feels good. I like this. There's our buddy Sasquatch. We haven't seen him in a while. This is like the one background we haven't seen tonight. This is usually Shenko's stage. And if you're familiar with Darkstalkers Resurrection, this is the theme they use on the main menu and the pause menu, so it kind of drives you nuts. Eventually you will get sick of it. At least it's a nice remix of it though. A rare sight of a pursuit attack there. Yeah, the PS2 collection is very interesting, so I would, if you've got any interest in Darkstalkers, even if you get this collection, it's worth getting the PS2 one as well, because it has its own art gallery. It's got stuff that isn't in here, and they're ports rather than emulation, so everything's a little different. And there's a very customizable set of options. I kind of wish Capcom had made more PS2 ports like that, but the Alpha and Darkstalkers collections are pretty great, so. There's also the Resurrection versions, which are kind of superseded by this, but they're very solid ports by Iron Galaxy. They've got their own sort of art gallery. Although annoyingly, they refer to fan art as concept art, which kind of drove me nuts. It's like, no, that's just something someone drew after the fact. That's not concept art. But again, those tutorials in Resurrection are very nice and very welcome. But you only get Night Warriors and Vampire Savior. You don't get anything else. Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that one. I'd like to have that. I do have that. I've got like a Chun-Li version of the Saturn style pad, which feels nice. Yeah, it's like super quick on disc, but if you had a hard drive, you could make it even faster. Phobos reprises his role as the mid-boss this time. And in this version, he doesn't have the little kid following him because this is meant to be Vampire Hunter. Even in this kind of thing, you know, they put thought into it. I'm just pressing buttons as Donovan. That's my entire game plan. But it wouldn't be right to play through without not using a hunter character. And we already did Shenko last stream, so. Give me the boot. Yes. Come on. Yeah, yeah, that kid was taking up too much space. We've got to get rid of him. Okay, we'll take that. Storage space is at an absolute premium. And Snot Green Pyron is our boss this time. That's gross. He doesn't get his old background back, so he's gotta hang out here. Yeah, it's just Pyron again. He won't be a problem this time. He's not nearly as bullshit. I'm just gonna surf into him. That's my plan. Yes, that's right. Was it Hunt? Yeah, it's Hunter, isn't it? Lilith is actually still in the game. It's just her voice is missing in particular. Actually, some characters have. I'm pretty sure Hutzel still has his faceplate in the ROM for Vampire Savior, as does a grown-up Anita, showing that she was. They at least worked on a bits of her. Sadly, I do not have the cutting room floor link right now. If someone else has it, that would be great. You're not making a comeback, Pyron. Don't even think about it. Oh no. Okay, that's good. I'll take that. Thank you. Thanks. That's what I was looking for. So, Pyron also gets just kind of generic ending. No, he just shows up for it. He is present for the ending. That's enough. And you get this cute art of Shenko and Anita. Marvel vs. Capcom Superstar Anita. There she is. I forgot to change the game being played name. Oh, I'm a fraud. People are going to think I'm playing Vanilla Savior. I'm not. Never mind. She does do her own tricks. There's no stunt double for her. There's still a couple of things we can show. We're not done just yet. So these games, but all three versions have a strange secret character. You press start 5 times on the roulette button, and you play as Shadow. So he picks either a random character or one that you press start 3 times on before you go to the roulette. And when you win with him, you take over the body of the character you just beat. So it's kind of creepy. We'll see it in a second. I'm just gonna throw lasers at you, Victor. I just need to very briefly prove a point. I'm just gonna show something off. Oh shit! Oh my god! I forgot that he had that one. Grim. Just, oh, come on. I completely missed. So, yeah, your opponent dies, and then you start doing your win pose. It's kind of a little eerie. Okay, so that's one thing, but Hunter 2 and Savior 2 also add another character, kind of. This time, if you press start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you get Marionette. And Marionette just forces a mirror match. With that creepy music box to start as well. Anyway, we got Victor using his butt as an attack, so Steam's a complete success. Oh, don't be gross. It's kind of strange that they went to the trouble of making a sprite for this. It's cool though. I like it. And you can even get different palettes, different color palettes of the Marionette. Let's just quickly show that off.
Darkstalkers Revenge.
So if you want a pink and green one, there you go. Yeah, that's a nice little touch as well, because it's gives the silhouette of who you're going to be playing as next. Oh man, we're done. I don't get to play Vampire Savior anymore. Yes, I do. What I'll briefly show off is training mode. This does have a unique feature, as far as I'm aware. Kind of, maybe. Let's pick. Is there anyone we haven't seen tonight? You know, I don't think we saw Shenko. I've just realised I spent way too much time actually doing that, because I'm going to be changing stages anyway. So, as far as I'm aware, no other version of Vampire Savior, just Vampire Savior on its own, lets you pick the stage colour palettes from Hunter 2 and Savior 2. And it also lets you pick... oh, no, it doesn't. I was about to say... no, it doesn't let you pick Donovan's stage. They didn't have space for that. But you can pick the... where is that? Feast of the Damned. There we go. We have to change characters anyway, so... So yeah, you get the Hunter 2 Savior 2 version. I just thought that was a nice little touch. Also, notice that the super bars go up to 9, but they can keep going. Let's go up to 10, why not? Yeah. Let's see if I can get a perfect on Gloomy Puppet Show. That'll end things out. Oh, 67. That's not bad. Not even close. We'll try this a couple times. Oh, that was really close. 89 points. Okay, that's as perfect an ending as we can get. Bye-bye. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, no other version lets you do that, and you can do that in these versions as well. So you can use the savior palettes. So, oh, I'm sad now. I'm not allowed to play Vampire Savior ever again. That's a lie, of course. I'll find an excuse. In the future, I'll probably cover that other Capcom collection coming out this month. I won't be covering it this month because I'm gonna wait until that's on discount. But that also has Vampire Savior, so I will use that as an excuse. So okay, that's it. We've done all of the Darkstalkers games. Honestly, this collection is kind of worth it for these games alone. Or maybe just Vampire Savior, because it's a good version of the game with good netcode, and these games are great, and you should play them. That is my pitch. That is very true, Kak. I would never play the New Zealand story again. Yes, the search continues for the physical copy of Capcom Fighting Collection. Is it out there? We may never know. So, we've only got 2 streams left of this, which is, a shame. But... So next time we'll be covering the Street Fighter games on here. They had to sneak Street Fighter in somehow. So we have Hyper Street Fighter 2, Pocket Fighter or Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix, and Super Puzzle Fighter 2X or Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Oh, I am terrible at Super Puzzle Fighter. Oh, that's going to be a blow up. But we will get to see the best Capcom character ever made. Almost as good as Lilith. Almost as good. Ooh, I completed Vampire Savior in offline mode. Good for me. And Vampire Hunter. And I've played as Marionette because I forgot to get that one. I need to show this again. You get a trophy for using Gloomy Puppet Show. Extremely important, vital, even. I'm glad that it's touching that Capcom put an achievement in here just for me. That's nice. That feels good. Okay, I think that'll do it. Then we're done. Oh, hi, Fake Club. Is it Fake Club? I know that name. You're a cool person on Twitter. Hi. I'm sorry, we just started. We're just finishing up now, but thank you for following. Yeah, it needs to be like the platinum trophy somehow. Okay, that's gonna do it for me. Where's the there it is. Thank you very much for joining me and letting me talk non-stop about Vampire Savior. This is my favorite Capcom fighting game. We will see it again on this stream. Probably. Almost certainly. I'll find an excuse. For now, though, that's going to wrap it up. Next stream is going to be on Friday. I'm going to be playing Rygar, the NES Rygar. Never played it before. Don't know anything about it. We'll see how we get on. Okay, thanks everyone. You take care. Bye-bye.